guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be making an alternative to just a regular fall wreath. We're going to be making this little gnome hanger. You can make it for indoors, which is what I've done, or you can make it using wire and sturdier adhesives other than just hot glue if you wanted to put it outside. Alright, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I did was take my hat form and I used wire cutters and made a couple of snips to remove the brim of the hat. Now we're just laying these aside, and you can actually just use these little stems of leaves if you want. You can kind of spread them out and then iron them flat, and then spread another one and just sort of layer them to get you a lot of length. Now I have in my crafts a lot of these loose leaves. Since mine is not going to go outdoors, I'm going to use hot glue, and I'm going to start with one of the leaves. I've already been adding more to them. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and just kind of make a long beard with the leaves. So as I'm gluing the next layer on, I'm going to start making it go down into the beard shape, but I want to turn it over every now and then just to make sure it's still looking okay. Okay, so right here's what we've got so far, and we're going to lay this aside and just let that glue kind of set, and we're going to work on the hat. There's a few ways you could do this. You could wrap this with the thick jute and just cover it completely, or you can use burlap, which is what I'm going to do. And if this is indoors, you wouldn't necessarily even need this wire form. You could cut up one of your old Amazon boxes or something into a tall triangle. But since I had this, we're just going to use it. Now I have a couple of different burlap. I have this, and then I have this table runner. I like the table runner, but I don't really want that lace strip in it. So we're going to lay that one aside. But if you did want it, you know, if you didn't mind that, you could by all means use that. So what I'm going to do is just measure out a piece that's going to fit, and we're going to get it attached. Now I've cut it double thickness because you know how thin this is. So the weave is very thin, you could see through, so I didn't want that. So I just did double thickness. And I'm going to flip it this way. Okay. The folded end down here, I'm going to fold that up to make a brim. You don't have to do that. As a matter of fact, there's different ways you could do this hat. You could make it, cut it really, really long and then just slouch it down on top of the form. But this one I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it just a little bit different. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on the corner. Just going to give that a little pressure till it grabs on. Okay, now we're going to flip it back around. I'm going to start down here where the fold is, because it's thicker. It's probably going to take a little bit more. You could even take some needle and thread and do a quick little stitch if you wanted to. Now, because there are more layers, you're probably going to have to use more glue down here, where some of the layers just want to pop right apart because there's no glue touching them. Okay, we've got the first side nice and taut. So now I'm going to come over here and do the very same thing. I just use something plastic to help push it down through that burlap because the glue comes straight up. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now at the top, you have a lot of choices. If you want it clean, you just fold it back and glue. You can also put a little ribbon with a flower or something like that. Let me grab one just to give you a visual. You can just put the sunflower there. You could put a smaller one there. Whatever you decide you like and you want, that's what you use. I think I just want to poke in a few of the little leaves up here too. And I know the camera is not picking it up, but these petals, the middle layer is burlap as well. This is such a dark burlap that I decided to go lighter on the top instead of using the dark leaves. Okay, and I'm just going to pull this up, and we're going to pull over the beard. And this is just going to get attached right onto here, like this. So you really want to decide. I think I'm going to go ahead. I think right here. So, let's see. I can't pick that up without losing it. And then we're going to flip it. And we're going to wire down here. We can also add glue to reinforce it. And actually, Okay, you can kind of eyeball and see where we're at there. I'm going to poke this up inside the burlap. There we go. And then I'm going to grab some wire. Now if you don't have floral wire or a lightweight wire, look in your Christmas supplies at some of your little wire hangers. They're a good weight for something like this as well. Okay, so I've got 3 pieces here. I'm just going to go under the hat and come up. Okay, and then I'm just going to hit it with some glue. Going to cut one more for right up here. And we're going to give this just a few minutes for this glue to set up. I'm not pushing it down. I really want it to adhere. So we're just going to give that a few minutes and we'll be right back. While we have the glue at the bottom setting up, I just did a twist on another piece of wire. And we're going to tuck this into the hat and glue it in there to make our hanger. Just go into the weave and push that wire down in. Just in case that wire were to ever poke through, it's not going to hit your wall if you just put something over it. I had these leaves, is the only reason I grabbed that, but even a little piece of felt, another piece of burlap, something just to make a buffer there. Okay, they're all set, so we can go ahead and flip this over now. And I found these at the Dollar Tree, these little mushrooms. And the first thing I thought of was a gnome's nose, either end, depending on the size of the gnome you were making. So I just popped the top off. So it just stuck in there with the pin, so they just pop apart. So now what I'm going to want to do is now you can make a regular gnome noses, you know, use pantyhose or knee highs, stuff them, tie them off, you know, same thing, but that was just, I thought of a gnome's nose as soon as I saw it. So we're going to use this, and I'm just going to put it right here. Oops, let me move that over a little. Working upside down is a little more difficult. We want our little nose to set up. And then we're just going to fill in where it needs to be filled in, so you're not seeing any spaces. Okay, so I have a few more leaves here. I'm just going to put a little spot of glue, and we're going to fill in those spaces. Just tuck it right up under the hat. We are almost done. Now again, since I have such dark burlap, I want to put something decorative in the hat. So I found these at the Dollar Tree. They are really cute. Small little flowers. And there's this little flower that's also cute. And then you have these little berries plus the little pumpkin. So it's really what you want to decorate it with. There's a ton of different things out there. I just happen to like these, so I'm going to put just a little spot of glue. I think I might want it over here. Tuck it in. And another. All right, so I think I'm going to stop there with him, but I do want to get him hung on the wall real quick.